Hello everyone. Hi, how is it going? Can you all hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear? Let me know. I'll just wait for a few more people to join in and then we'll get started. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Hello, everyone. Hello, my lovely people. A very warm welcome to everyone who is joining in. How are you doing? How's it going? How was your day? As promised, I'm going to talk about Browse today. I will give a demonstration and we'll also talk about all the products. There are so many products out there for Browse, from powders to pencil to gels and whatnot. I'm going to break it down all for you. Before I begin, I just want to say my usual. Hi, I'm Kriti Robertson. I make videos about makeup, skin, and hair every Monday and Thursday, and sometimes we do live sessions like this one. So if you're interested in beginner-friendly tutorials like this one, then please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that like button and also the notification bell icon so you can get notified every time I post a new video. And if you've done that, I'm sorry you had to hear all that. Now, without further ado, let's dive right into the video. I hope you have a pen and paper with you because this video is going to be super informative. I've literally made notes for myself so I don't forget to talk about any single thing. So let's talk about products first, and then we'll start with the demonstration. So for the products, as I said before, there's so many products out there, from Browse to pencils to whatnot, and I've literally got all of them here. So I'm gonna be falling over. So I'm gonna be talking about all of these products. And okay, so you must have heard about this brand called Benefit Cosmetics. They're quite famous for their brow products. So I've got quite a few of their products. I've got this one is a Gimme Brow Gel. This one's a pencil. I haven't opened it yet. It's brand new. And this one's a Brow Gel. These are just the names given by them. I'll explain to you what these things are. And then you get these pots like gels and things like that. And then you even get like brow palettes. So I've got a brow palette here. It's not in a very good condition, but it does the job. So yeah, I'll talk about this as well. So first I want to talk about the brushes, and I've got two brushes here. These are two brow brushes. This one, as you can see, can you see it? Hold on. Yeah. As you can see, this is a slightly slanted brush, and the bristles are quite thick. And then I've got another one here. This is also slanted. So usually brow brushes are slanted. So this one's also slanted, but it's a little more softer than this one. And then this is a spoolie. This is called, oh, I've got something stuck in it. This is a spoolie. Sometimes it comes behind a brush. Sometimes you can buy it on its own, and sometimes it even comes behind, pencil products like this one. So this spoolie is very important. You definitely need that to have a clean eyebrow look. You definitely need this one. And so about the brushes, this brush I really recommend. This is from PAC in the number 132. It's PAC Cosmetic brush. It's in number 132. It's really nice. It's because it's hard. Usually the hard brushes are not recommended for your face, but for the brows it works because it also works as a brush. So it brushes out your brows quite nicely. So something like this is what you'd need only if you're going for products like this one, and this one's also a gel product, but this comes with a brush. My brush doesn't look in a very good condition, but yeah, this product comes with the brush. So either you go for products which come with a brush or don't need a brush, or if you're going for a gel product, you will need a brush. Okay, so that was about the brushes, and now coming on to the products. So first I want to talk about this palette over here. Like this palette, as I said, is not in a very good condition, but I'll just explain to you what this is. The first two are creams, and then these four are powders. So why do we have cream and powders separately for brows? That's because brow makeup works exactly like any other makeup. So if you've got anything any cream product on your face, you have to set it with the powder product. Because if you don't, then let's say you put some cream product on your brows and you went out, and let's say you touch your hand like this on the brow, the whole brow is going to come printed on your hand. So that's why you need to set everything with a powder product if you're using a um, gel product. Sorry, cream product. Okay, so that was the cream and the powder, right? So this palette had cream and powders. And now what's this? What's this pot? In this pot, this is a gel product. So a lot of brands are now making these kind of products where you don't need to set it with a powder, because they've got this kind of technology that it dries out when you apply. It works like a cream, but it dries out on your brow, so you don't really have to set it with a powder. So these gels are quite like they're really good, and they're recommended if you don't want to mess around with powders and creams and things like that. So this is like Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and this one's Benefit Cosmetics Ka-Brow Gel. So I'd recommend these. And then if you want to make it super, super easy, don't want to worry about brushes and this and that, then you get something like this. This is a pencil. This one is a travel size, so that's why it does not have a spoolie on the back. But usually I think this product comes with a spoolie, so it would have something like this on the back, which is quite useful. So if you get a full-size product for this one, you will get a spoolie as well. So this one is the easiest because it's just a pencil. All you need is, this pencil basically and a spoolie on the back, and you'll be done. Okay. So this was about the products. And now I want to talk about one more thing. It's not technically a brow product, but these days a lot of people are using it to do their brows, which is a soap bar. So this is just a plain soap bar, but make sure that if you're going to do this, do it with an organic handmade soap. Don't use soaps with a lot of chemicals on your brows. So this is just a plain organic handmade soap. And so what we're doing with this is that we use a setting spray. We spray it on the soap, and then we use the spoolie, and then we brush out our brow hair. So that gives a very beautiful, lifted effect to the brows. I can show you how it looks in the end. So I just wanted to talk about all the products before we start the demonstration. Okay, so let's get started with the demonstration. So there's another thing that I wanted to say, that there's two kind of people, right? There's two kind of problems that people have with the brows. One is either you have so much hair on your brows that you have to get it plugged out or threaded, and you have to get it shaped. Or the second problem is something like, hi, Kitchen with Smriti, nice to see you as well. Thanks for joining in. So I was just saying that the second one is Like me, I don't really get a lot of hair on my brows, and I don't even get full brow. Like right over here, it's like a broken brow. So over here, I don't have any hair. So for me, I have to create my own shape. I have to use makeup to create a decent brow on myself. So these are the two problems that people have. Either you've got to pluck and thread and shape your brows, or if you don't have hair, you have to do it with makeup. So if you're the first one where you don't you where you get your your brows threaded, or you pluck it or whatever, then likely that your brow would already be shaped. So all you need to do is you need to just take a brush or a pencil or anything and just like fill in the gaps in the brow. But for someone like me, I need to create the shape as well. And I like this live video I did for the brows. Like, this is my first live video where I'm teaching or showing makeup. And I wanted to start with brows because actually it's my one of my favorite makeup products. Because like if someone like, you know, those kind of questions where if someone asks me what one makeup product would you take with you if you were going somewhere on an island or something, you know, I would choose brows. For me, brows are necessity. For me, brows are so important, and they shape your face. If I've got my brows, I feel so confident. Like right now, I've got my full face of makeup, but I haven't got my brows, so I I don't feel confident. But yeah, I feel great when you know, I've got a nice beautiful brow. Even if I haven't got any eyeliner or any eye makeup or anything, if I've just got my brows, I feel really good about, you know, how I'm looking. So that's why brows are really important for me. And I know that it's not the same case with everyone. Not everybody cares about brows as much as I do. But if you're interested in seeing how I do my brows, then yeah, please stay tuned. Watch this live, or if you're watching the video, till the end, and I'll show you how I do it. So uh, on one brow, I can show you how to do it with a pencil. On the other one, I'll show you with a pot and a brush. So let's get started. First of all, I'm gonna do this brow with a Anastasia Beverly Hills Tip Brow Pomade. It's in the shade Ebony, and I'm gonna use this PAC 132 brush. Okay, so first let me just explain the anatomy of the brows, right? One sec. Okay, so this is the brow, right? So this one is the tail of the brow. This is the inner corner of the brow, and this is the arch of the brow. So when I'm doing the makeup, I will be referring to these names. So that's why I thought I'll explain. Yeah, I know. I also really care about my whole eye makeup. So, but brows for me are the priority. And then, yeah, I do really love eye makeup as well. Thanks for keeping me company, and thanks for writing comments. Thanks a lot for being here. Okay. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very tiny amount on my brush, and I'm going to start with the tail. So the tip is to always start with the tail of the brow, because generally the inner corner of our brow is quite light. And if I fill in, if I've just taken the product from my brush, and if I start with the inner corner, it's very likely I will end up with a lot of product in the inner corner of my brow, which is not something I want, because I need it to look natural. I know like makeup is not natural, but at the end of the day, we still want to look natural, right? So that's why we try to stick to the, you know, how your actual brow would look. So I'm going to start with the outer end of the brow. And first, I'll just create a shape of the brow. taking some more. So I've created my own tail. My tail was ending about right about here. I've extended it because a lot of times when you also do a lot of eye makeup, the brow has to match the eye makeup. So you can also extend or reduce the size of your brow. The tip is to always go with a very light hand. Even though I'm a professional makeup artist, I've done lots and lots of brows, I still do it with a very, very light hand because uh, it's very easy to get carried away and it's very easy to end up with a very, very dark brow. So always use a very light hand. And if you want, if you can't help have a light hand, you can also hold your brush from the outer edge of the brush. If you hold it too close, then you will likely end up with a very dark. Actually, that goes with any makeup brush. Even if you're blending your eyeshadow, if you hold it close up, you're gonna end up with a lot of product on your face or your brow. So if you hold it over here, it's gonna be easier for you to have a lighter hand. So I'm gonna just, with a very light hand, I'm gonna try and create an extra arch. So this is something you have to find for your own face, what works for you, what shape works for you. With makeup, you can basically create all sorts of different shapes. But so that's why you need to find what works for you. For me, I like to have a thicker outer end of the brow. So I always extend it and I always fill the edges in to make it thicker. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a shape and then I'm also filling it in. Okay, so this was the outer end and the arch. And now I'm going to go into the inner corner of my brow. Again, this time I will not take any more product on my brush because we really need to have a very, very light hand and not too much product at the inner corner of the brow. So what I'll do is, earlier I was holding my brush like this and then creating the shape. This time I'm going to hold it like this or like this. So flat, just flat. So I'm going to hold it like this, keep it over here, and then I'm just going to lift up the front of the brow like that. So as you can see, my shape is looking pretty good now, but there's a empty part over here, like it's not filled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same product, since this is a gel product, you don't need any powder, any cream, or anything. This is a product that works on its own, so you don't need anything else. So I'm going to take the same product, and now I'm going to start filling in as well. So always you have to remember to have motions like this, because what we're trying to do is with the slanted brush, we're trying to make it look like the hair itself. So if we make marks like this with our product, it's going to look like it's a hair of the brow. I say this in all my makeup classes that, makeup is one of those things that you really need to practice. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it. So it's very important to also practice. You're not going to be able to, if you're a beginner and you don't know how to do your brows, you're not going to be able to get it right away. So you're going to have to practice and then see what shape works for you. Even for me, I didn't start doing really amazing brows right away. For me also, I had to understand my own shape. I had to watch a lot of different, like observe a lot of different faces to realize what exactly do I want, and what kind of shape do I want, and what would suit my face as well. So since I do a lot of other makeup as well, so for me, thick brow works. So this turned out quite thick compared to my actual brow. It's, quite thick, but it works because I also do my rest of the face. So if you've done if you've done your whole face with the foundation, with the dark lipstick, with the eye look, if you've done all that, then if you haven't done the brows, it's not gonna look, it's not gonna look nice. So if you're gonna go all the way with your makeup, then you have to go all the way with your brows too. But on the other eyebrow, I can show you a more simpler and a lighter look with some other products. So if you're not doing anything else on your face and you just, excuse me, if you just want to simply just, um, you know, fill in the brow and make it look really natural, then I on the other eye, on the other brow, I'll show you how to do that as well. So this one is pretty much done. And if you want, you can also pull out the tail a little more, like so. Okay, so this, as I keep saying, that this gel product is actually quite self-sufficient. You don't need anything else. But let's say if you were using a cream product or a powder product, then on top of this, I would use something like this one. This is a, can you see it? This is from Benefit Cosmetics. It's called Gimme Brow Gel. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments before. I always make my brows too thick. So you need to practice. And thick brows are not bad. It's, thick brows are not something you should be afraid of. Like, even I've got a very thick brow, but if you've made it look natural, like the front is light, it's fully blended, then it's not a problem. But yeah, if you have a, block of black on your brows, then it does not look good. So so it's, just one of those things that you have to practice, and you will, you know get it with the time. Yeah, I will be doing a lot of tutorials. So that's thanks for the suggestion. I'll do the eyeliner as well. Okay, so going back to the my brow, this brow, as I was saying, if you were using cream or powder products, then I would use this on top of the, the brow. This is like this is also, I think, another, a gel product. It's something like a mascara. So it basically just sets in your brow. So if you've applied something like this, whole day your brow is not going to go anywhere. Even for me, a lot of times that happens, like, because since I really like doing brows, I do it every day. Even if I'm just going out for 5 minutes, I do my brows. So some days in a hurry, I would just do a cream product or a powder product and rush out. And by the time I come back, some of it is there, some of it is not there. So that's why it's important to set your brow as well. So this is something that you can use to set your brow, and also you can brush your brow hair with this. So if you lift up your front brow hair like so, it gives it a very neat and natural look. Okay, so that was just me setting my brow, even though it didn't need setting, because the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tip Brow Pomade is actually a very good product. You don't need setting after you've used that. Okay, now comes in our soap. I mean, some people weren't there when I talked about the soap. So I was talking about this soap, and what I did with the Gimme Brow product, you can do exact same thing with the soap and a setting spray. So what you'll do is you'll just spray a little bit of the setting spray on the soap, and you'll take a spoolie, and you'll take some of that soap and the setting spray on the spoolie. And this one, since I've already done it, I'm not going to touch it. I'll do it on this side. I'll show you what it does. It just lifts up your hair and then it sticks it there. Like if I was to just use my spoolie on its own, I could brush my hair, the brows. I could brush my brows, but it would just go down right away, because there would be nothing that's, sticking it to, sticking it on its place. So if I do this soap technique, this will stick my brow hair on the plate on its place. Okay, so this one I started with shaping directly, and then I brushed up my hair. So you can do both ways. I could brush my hair first and then shape my brow, or I could do it afterwards. It works the same way. So as you can see, even after filling and shaping my brows, I was still able to lift up the hair like that. So there's no order to this. You can do it however you like. Yes, that's a very good comment. Thanks, Smriti. You can use a transparent mascara as well. So this is something similar to a transparent mascara. This one has a little bit of a tint. So let's say if I have this product and I applied it directly onto my brow, see, it's leaving some tint on my brow, right? So this is something you can use if you're not doing anything, you just want a very natural brow. You can use this and you're good to go. Like if I just brushed all my brows with all the hair of my brow with this, I would be good to go. But if you're doing a transparent mascara, that would do the job for, lifting up your hair and, styling the brow, but it would not fill it in. So let's say you already filled your brow in with your other products, then after that you can use transparent mascara to set the brow. Okay, so now on this side, I'm gonna do, so I've already brushed my hair of the brow. On this side, I'm gonna use this Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This is from Benefit Cosmetics. And as you know, there's so many different pencils available in the market. You don't have to buy this exact same one. They literally all do the same job. I'm just here to show you the technique. You can buy whatever works for you, whatever works for your budget. So all you've got to do is just take the pencil. This one's really good because it already is shaped in a slanted way, just like the brush. So you're going to do the exact same thing we did with the brush. All you're going to do is you're going to fill in the brow and also shape it. And how natural your brow is going to look also depends on the shade of the product that you're using. Like this one is ebony, the one I use on this side. It's really dark. If I did exact same thing with a lighter shade, I would end up with more, with a lighter brow and with a more natural looking brow. So this one's also quite dark actually. So I like my brows dark. So all my brow products are quite dark. But as I said, if you're not into a very dark brow like me, you can always do the exact same things that I'm showing with a lighter shade of the product. So let's get started with this side. Personally, I never ever use pencils because if I'm in a lot of hurry, then pencils are quite good. And also for traveling, the pencils are really good because they take less space in your luggages. But personally, I'd rather use the Cabral gel or that Anastasia gel because it just gives me more control. With the pencil, it's a little hard to get control, but actually for beginners, it's okay. So I'm literally doing the exact same thing I did on this side. I created the tail and I extended it a little bit to match the other side. And then I'm gonna create the arch. See, now I've made a mistake. The arch has gone a bit over to that side. It's very easy to fix. Just gonna remove this bit a little bit. And then it's also easier to lift your brow like that to create the arch. And again for the front, oops, sorry. And for the front, again, I'm just gonna lift up just like we did on the other side. Okay, so this is one trick. If you do end up with a lot of like darkness at the inner corner of your brow, all you've got to do is take your finger and just like lift up like this. It blends out the inner corner of your brow. See, with this, it's very hard to create that ombre effect that we did on the other side. That's why I don't like pencils, but all you've got to do is take your finger and lift up like that. It gives the ombre effect on its own like that. There you go. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about, since I'm used to using the brush and these jars, the gel products. So I had more control on this side, only because because of practice, and I don't really use pencils, so that's why the end up getting wobbly lines and things like that. Just take a concealer. You can take literally any concealer. This one already has a little brush on top of it, but if you take any other concealer, you can also use like a flat brush, flat squared brush, and just put the concealer right under the brow. It's good to use a lighter shade of the concealer, because this is a high point of our face, so this is something that you can actually highlight. So I'm using a lighter shade of the concealer and just cleaning up the brow. Now this one, I'm gonna use a little beauty blender and just blend out. Thank you so much, Smriti. I really appreciate that. There you go. So now this side looks a lot cleaner, since I really am I'm much more comfortable with the brush. I'm just gonna use the brush to make it. Okay. There you are. So that was it. That was my tutorial for the brows, and I'll just repeat this that I've been saying this whole time. If you want lighter look for your brows, all you need is a lighter shade of the product. The technique remains the same. You would do the exact same thing, and you would still get a very lighter brow if you're using the lighter shade. Since I use dark shades, I've ended up with a brow like this, and I know that not everybody likes a brow like this. But I do hope that you got to learn something from this tutorial, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for being here. Love you all. Bye.